It's round 7 of the Highline Racing League Tex-A-Con Truck Series. Tonight, drivers hit the dirt for the first and last time of the season. It's the dirt race at Eldora. Today, there are going to be two 15-lap heat races where 8 drivers will advance from each to the 60-lap main event to crown the king of the dirt. I am your producer and commentator, River Page, and as we ride on board here with Caleb Morrissey, he is not driving, but last week at Chicagoland, we got an interview from all the drivers in the top 3. The two of the 3 that weren't Caleb Morrissey, they both said he's going to be the one to beat here at Eldora, and it looks to be the case right now. He's got over 1/10 of a second on the rest of the field. And this is on board with Caleb right now. As you see, this is why he pulled off the track. We can go and give you a lap around the track with him. Such a tough track to conquer. The top lane is going to be the place to be for these drivers, but it's so hard to get it to stick up there, especially when it's all slicked off like that. You can see the bottom lane, there's a lot more grip. It's way less, there's a lot less moisture. It's a lot less slick. But the top is just so hard to beat. See Caleb, he's so good at getting right up there on the cushion and absolutely digging it. You're going to see all these drivers with their right sides absolutely caved in because they're just trying to run the top there. You see the 27 up ahead of Morrissey getting into the wall along with Caleb Morrissey. I believe that's Boston in the 27. But Morrissey got off the track and still appears to be sitting in pit road. We'll see if we can look at the points leader right now. Here's Garrett Sidnor. And I do believe the points battle stayed just about the same as it was heading into Chicagoland. Sidnor sitting at a comfortable 15-point lead. It's been that way for a couple races now. Tyler Rush not currently ahead of Sidnor in practice. In fact, he's all the way back in 18th, so not looking good for Tyler Rush. Second in points, 15 points back. Dylan Wedgwood, 17 points back on the leader. He's 14th in practice. So Garrett Sidnor looking like the man to beat when it comes to the points battle. 22 points off of him is Dylan Poteet, but he also is going to need a miracle there to get that gap closed with 2 races left in the season. Eldora, and then the season finale at Auto Club. You see Sidnor now getting down to that very tight pit road. They shouldn't have to hit pit road unless they've got damage, and it's going to be very hard to do so there. As you see him doing some spins in the pit road, and that's going to wrap up practice. We got just about 10 seconds left here at Eldora, and qualifying will get underway right after this. And so now time expires and qualifying, or practice I should say, gets wrapped up. And Caleb Morrissey takes the top spot by 121 thousandths of a second. 1/10 of a gap back to Brooks in second. Terry Brooks, dominating performance last week, or 2 weeks ago I should say, at IRP. And he's looking pretty fast here in practice, but the man to beat is Caleb Morrissey. And we'll see what he can do here. Ryan Potter, the first driver out on the track, along with Dylan Wedgwood and Tyler Rush. There's Wedgwood, Tyler Rush out onto the track. Rush and Wedgwood, like we said, the men to watch right now, along with the 50, because they're trying to beat him here today. And Dylan Wedgwood needs a good lap. We'll ride on board with him here down into turn 1. Off the gas. They've got 1 lap, so he's going to take it nice and easy. Make sure he doesn't hit the wall. Maybe too easy, though. That's just not going to be that quick of a lap. He's got to be right up on that cushion. The farther up on the track you are, the faster you're going to be. And evidently, when you can't put that right rear into the wall, it's going to be a lot slower. As he gets down to the line, it's a 20.465. It's an all-right lap, and he's going to go first now. Ty Smith goes across the line second, about 3 1/100ths of a second behind Wedgwood, maybe 4 1/100ths. There goes Terry Brooks, 5/10 of a second faster than Wedgwood, and Terry Brooks takes the provisional pole. Ty Smith third, Tyler Rush up into fourth, Jason Harris and Garrett Sidnor crossing the line at the same time. Jason Harris goes second, and Garrett Sidnor points leader P3 right now. Ryan Potter across the stripe, he goes P8 now. Dylan Bodie going into the 10th spot as Hunter Searles crosses the line. to take 6th. Scott Puckett out on the track, setting his lap right now, or rather sitting in pit road. The 16 of Andrew Siegel looks like he got into the wall, so his lap won't count. Jacob Halm up into the wall as well, so his lap will not count. And we watch Jason Harris here, setting some practice laps here in qualifying late, getting right up on that cushion. He's going to do a little 360. And he's going to keep on going here. His lap, enough for 2nd place right now. On a hot streak, that 88 truck is, after having some tough performances to start off the season. The 88 has come to life as of late. And he sits in 2nd right now after being right up in the thick of it for the lead and the win at Chicagoland. But the strategy did not play out in his favor. But the Goodwrench 88 is looking for the win today, and he's got the pace to do it right now. Jason Harris sitting 7th in points, right behind Hunter Searles and Ty Smith, tied for 5th. 11 points behind those two. Dylan Pody just 6 points ahead of them. Dylan Wedgwood 5 points ahead of Pody, 2 points ahead of Wedgwood is Rush, and then Garrett Sidnor 15 points up on the field. And the points leader goes P3 right now. 2 minutes left in qualifying. Doesn't look like anyone else going to be able to set a lap at the moment. And it's just Jason Harris out on the track. Scott Puckett there as well, but just still sitting in pit road. It doesn't look like he's going to get it rolling anytime soon. And so we'll keep ourselves entertained by watching the 88 set practice laps right now. As it gets back into 1 and 2, watching the left front tire and all that wheel movement. Doing a great job of wheeling that thing around. Okay, refresh trading fates. Alright, I got you. Dylan Tay would like to see the new paint scheme, so I will open up trading paint. So for just a second here, the 88's car is going to go black, but then we should be able to see the paint scheme that the drivers are wanting to see. Toby Wedgwood on his way to North Wilkesboro. That's going to be a fun show. All-Star race coming up in the real life NASCAR, so that's going to be exciting. These trucks at North Wilkesboro are pretty fun to drive on iRacing, and hope we see that same product out of the real life race here. Jason Harris still setting some practice laps here in qualifying, and should be able to get the first heat underway in a second. It's going to be Terry Brooks, Garrett Sidnor, Ty Smith, Tyler Rush, Ryan Potter, Adam Bossy, Scott Puckett, Kendall Kerr, Andrew Siegel, and Noah Joyce in the first heat, I believe. And there is qualifying wrapping up. And heat number 1 about to get underway. We'll give you the qualifying rundown here real quick before we get underway. Here is the starting grid. This is the qualifying time, so the drivers on the left, I believe, are going to be in the first heat, and the drivers on the right in the second heat. So right now the qualifying results. It looks like we're going to have another heat race malfunction. So all the drivers are on the track, and it looks like there wasn't, like IRP, there was not enough drivers to make both heats, and iRacing got confused and threw them all into one. So we'll get the qualifying results back up on the screen, and it looks like this is going to be a heat race that is just going to set the starting grid for the real race. I don't think anyone's going to get knocked out. So the starting grid for the fake heat race is going to be as follows. Terry Brooks taking home the pole, the only driver in the 19-second range with a 19.992, alongside Jason Harris with a 20.139. Then it's going to be Garrett Sidnor behind them with a 20.468. Those two drivers in a whole nother zip code. Dylan Wedgwood with a 20.480 lines up 4th. It's going to be Ty Smith in the 18 machine with a 25.17 lining up 5th. Hunter Searles alongside him with a 25.192 1/1000 of a second, separating 5th and 6th. Tyler Rush, Hunter Searles' teammate there, lining up 7th and 3rd in points. With a 20, or a 2nd in points, I should say, with a 26.50. Andrew Baker up into 8th with a 26.63, and Ryan Potter in 9th and 99 with a 28.09. It's Dylan Bodie rounding up the top 10 with a 29.69. Lining up 11, Caleb Morrissey, the first driver to not set a lap. He lines up 11th alongside Kendall Kerr in 12th. Noah Joyce 13th, Matthew Leedy 14th, and it's Dylan Pody and Cody Bussard in row 8. Jacob Holm and Scott Puckett 17th, 18th, and Andrew Siegel and Adam Boss are going to be that final row number 10. And as the drivers roll off, we watch the points leader there, the 50 machine. He rolls off 3rd. In the Speedco Loves Ford F-150. And this restart's going to be all about getting down to the bottom, and underneath the race leader you see the 23 getting the lane choice as the pole sitter. He takes the top. Possibly going to see a slide job out of the 88 if he can get a good start to stay even with the race leader. Right here, 1 lap to green. And we'll get this race underway. So 1 more pace lap here live on FTN. Drop a like and a subscription here. We are closing in on the 100 or the 1,000 subscriber range. It's been slowly decreasing. It's only 49 now. 2 races ago it was 69 subscribers away from 1,000. Now it's only 49. So if you're new, hit that big shiny red subscribe button. It's super cool. It's super cool, and it changes colors when you hit it. So. Very interesting. Nothing to lose. Green flag is in the air, and we're underway here on the dirt. Oh, and Jason Harris spins. He spins it out on the start. Oh, he's upside down. Jason Harris flips over. They keep it green. It's a heat race. No caution. Jason Harris just flipped over, and we're keeping it green. Terry Brooks leads the field back down into turn 1. Harris is got to get going. He might get put a lap down. And the 88 of Jason Harris, 0 to 0 real fast. What happened? He gets down into turn 1. We'll go back a little ways there. He just cooks it down into turn 1 too hard, gets in the slick, and he loses it, stays on the gas. And he picks up the 55 a little bit there. Front end damage on the 50. Should I say that? Oh, more than front end damage. And look at Harris, the 72. Just drives underneath the right side of the 88. Not the most realistic incident we've seen, but that's very unfortunate for the 88. He's going to be just having to come from the back here in the main event. Back up to the front, it's Terry Brooks, 1.5 seconds ahead of the rest of the field coming out of turn 2. There's the 77 of Searles trying to run him down. You see everyone up on the top. The 6 of Morrissey already right up in the middle of the pack, taking advantage of the incidents. You hear wrecking on the front stretch. And that's one driver way down on the bottom, Andrew Siegel. Hitting the inside wall. Ahead of him, Scott Puckett also struggling. He got into the wall. Now the 16 is going to let the leaders by up on the top. There goes Brooks. And Brooks is absolutely gapping the field right now. No pressure on him for the heat race. And see Adam in the chat, less than 20 drivers, so this is basically just a warm-up race. Yeah, exactly what happened at IRP, so it's going to be a little shorter than anticipated. We don't get 2 heat races. This is just a qualifying race, essentially. And Terry Brooks is, I think he's going to have that first spot. Hunter Searles made up a lot of time on him that lap, though. Searles crossing the stripe at 19.7 to Brooks 24, so Brooks is losing some time right now. Taking it easy on the right side of the truck. And the 77 is absolutely flying right now. He's got it figured out. And he's running down Terry Brooks. He loses a lot of time in 3 and 4, and Brooks pulls away again, gets a 10th on him there. That lap, the 77 running right up on the top in that slicked off area. Gonna need to get up a little higher if he wants that rear grip. And he loses almost half a second to Terry Brooks. As you see, one wreck car up on the top, and that is gonna be Jason Harris. And Harris pulls it off the track. What happened to him? And bad day goes even worse for Jason Harris. He's running just ahead of the leaders right now. You see the 23 of Brooks. Here comes the 88. Down into turn 3, just the same exact thing he did on the start. He just gets it too sideways and can't correct it. parked on the outside. And watch out, Terry Brooks. They keep it straight, and Terry Brooks continues to lead. No challenge at all for the race leader, passing further back Dylan Bodie and Ty Smith. Here's the battle that you want to watch. One lap truck there involved Ty Smith getting up into the wall, so the battle fell apart as soon as we got to it, and the gain number 26 machine pulling away. The 76 of Jacob Holm with a big slide off of turn 4. He's away on the bottom, and Dylan Bodie and Ty Smith are going to go on by. Oh, and the 26 of Bodie's going around. What happened there? Oh, Ty Smith absolutely throws it in and cleans out the 26. Maybe some bad blood on the last pass that was made there. And so the 26 could be starting from the back of the race now, and he gets back up right there behind the 77 truck. One lap down now is the 26, and they go back up to the front of the field. Terry Brooks, no challenge at all, coming through lap traffic. This time Maya's going to take the 2 to go in the heat. And there is the 2 to go right behind Noah Joyce in the Burger King machine. He goes down low, throwing the slider on the lap car, running that middle line. And you see the top lane prevailing even with the slower drivers. And the leader just can't make the bottom line work, but he's just going to run it out here. Make sure he doesn't get himself wrecked before the end of the first and only heat race, I should say here. White flag out. 1 lap to go for Terry Brooks. And just like last week, or just like IRP, the heat race malfunction, the dominant car is not able to get the first spot. It was Terry Brooks on pole though, and he is gonna take the win in the heat. Terry Brooks is gonna start first in the main event. Hunter Searles comes across the line second. Ryan Potter in third. Kendall Carr in fourth, and Caleb Morrissey all the way up to fifth, blowing up across the line. I'm not quite sure why he was why his motor expired on the last lap there. You see Kendall Kerr in front of him in that Highline Media machine, and we don't get to watch the replay. iRacing does not want us to see the replay. And so that's going to do it for the heat race, and the main event will get underway. And Terry Brooks is your pole sitter. The results from the race were Terry Brooks, Hunter Searles, Ryan Potter, Kendall Kerr, Caleb Morrissey, Dylan Wedgwood, Matthew Leedy, Andrew Baker, Ty Smith, and Garrett Sidnor. The top 10, then it's going to be Tyler Rush, Noah Joyce, Jacob Holm, Dylan Bodie, Scott Puckett, Andrew Siegel, Cody Bussard, Jason Harris, and Adam Boss. The top 20, and that is it. The starting grid for tonight's main event. Live on FTN, it is Eldora, and 60 laps on the dirt underway as soon as the drivers get gridded up, and I think they are set for go right now. Looks like one driver is not gridding, so Ty Smith is just going to sit there and make everyone wait the extra minute and a half or so. And looks like he's out on track now, and we should be able to go, and the pace car rolls off. And so we'll take the pace laps and then get the main event underway here at Eldora. Round 7 of 8. Tex-A-Con Truck Series presented by the Highline Racing League. The drivers making their way through turns 3 and 4. 1 lap to green, and you see it looks like the 23 up on the top side. The 77 Hunter Searles doesn't know that he has to go down on the bottom there. Now he's going to make the move to the inside, as the 23 of Brooks evidently wants that top lane for the restart. It's so dominant. The 77 has to master the art of the start here on the bottom to get the jump and possibly throw the slide job in on the leader. That's the only chance you have on the bottom. And we'll see if he's able to do it. Here they come off a turn 4. Pace car, hard left on the pit road. Green flag in the main event is underway at Eldora. The 77 slides the tires, doesn't go for the slider, gets it a little straightened out and a little tight, and we've got a track blocker in the beginning, right on the start. And Ty Smith is going to be in that as well. Oh, he's on pit road. So the wise move by Ty Smith to do the pit start, and the 03 is crab walking terribly. That was less than ideal. Oh man, the 03 is junked. Absolutely junked here, and look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it looks like from this view, Tyler Rush possibly comes up. That's what I saw when I was doing that quick rear, and it looks like he gets really loose. Oh man, he just comes up into the 03 of Joyce, turns the 50. It was Sidnor. Joyce gets up into the air, Rush gets up into the air. Sidnor gets clobbered by the 76. Look at the 72 with Tyler Rush, almost flips. Gets into the catch vent, reminiscent of a SuperSpeedway-esque wreck there. The 12 of Buster, nowhere to go. Gets some rear end damage. And here's Ty Smith rolling on, out onto off of pit road, and he's looking at a graveyard there. And that was at least a third of the field with damage now. Lap cars going on by to get their laps back, and Terry Brooks hangs on to the race lead. Searles able to hang on to second right there. The caution came out before those guys on the top could get around him. We're 4 laps into the main event. The pace car lights are off. I believe we're going to get the green flag here, the first restart of the night. 4 laps completed, back off of 4, green flag in the air, and a fantastic start for the 23. He gets away nicely. The 77 trying to fight that middle lane, but he's going to get passed by Potter for second. Trying to hold off third. Here comes Andrew Baker, 3 wide behind him. But they keep it clean this time, and the 23 of Terry Brooks already scooting away with it here. And he leads the first full green flag lap of the race. Back down into turn 1. Right up on the wall, Ryan Potter digging the top, and the caution is back out. Saw Cody Bussard parked on the inside. Not sure what happened to him. And he is spinning the tires, and he has... Oh, I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh, Ty Smith pit started, and it still did not end up staying clean for too long. Look at, he's way... Oh, this is gotta get back to the restart here. Here's Ty Smith behind the pace car, goes around to get his lap back. He's gonna start right in the back of the field. So here we go, all the way back up to the restart. I mean, he is way in the back. Oh, and there's still contact there with Tyler Rush. So Rush gets loose, hits the 12 of Buster's already stopped on the bottom at this point. And his truck is destroyed because he's spinning the tires and it's not going nowhere. So I'm not quite sure what happened to him. It already appears... I mean, it must just be terrible damage from what happened earlier, but he didn't hit anything. He's rolling off the gas completely. Oh, he blows up. So a little issue on iRacing's part there, showed it that his rear tires were still spinning, but that motor is gone kaput, and the 18 of Ty Smith just spins in and tail smacks him to add insult to injury. And so race ending for Cody Bussard. He's going to have to sit on pit road for probably 30 minutes before he can get back out on track. Pace car lights are off again. And the second restart of the night about to get underway. Back through 3 and 4. This time it's Ryan Potter on the bottom. Caleb Morrissey already into third. And so we're going to have a race here. Morrissey, the fan favorite, or just the favorite from his peers and fellow drivers to win this race. We'll see if he can challenge Terry Brooks down into turn 1. Green flag is back in the air. Brooks gets away well. Up on the top, him and Morrissey both essentially wall riding there as they're both clipping the outside. Looks like everyone keeps it clean behind them again. for the most part. Look at the 6, able to dig the top. He's going to get the drive off the corner. Could be a pass for the lead this time, but he gets loose off the corner. And he can't keep his momentum with him. Now gets the right rear into the wall. Terry Brooks a little bit lower in the corners, but he's keeping it safe. And it's more of a consistent line there. The 6 is going to be quicker if you can keep it off the wall. But when he hits the wall, he's losing time there as you see him slide into the corner, trying to dig off the turn. But he can't quite do it. And the 23 gets such a good drive off that there's just no time gain there. Even if he's quicker through 1 and 2, which it appears he is right here. But he just doesn't really get the run off that he needs. Now he has the momentum off the corner. And he's going to absolutely throw it in right on the cushion. This time he's going to be a lot closer than it was last time by. It's a 5.88 for Morrissey, 6.33 for Terry Brooks. So here they come back through 1 and 2. Again, the 6 making up some more time. Ryan Potter into the wall. The field super spread out behind him, but no incidents there. Just hard racing behind him and a lot of drivers falling off of this lead group. Morrissey now 8/1000ths of a second slower that time by. Wasn't able to keep with that momentum, but he's a lot quicker through 1 and 2. This is his chance to get the lead. He needs to keep up that momentum. He can't quite stick with it. Every time he gains some time, he loses some time. This time by, he's a lot quicker than your race leader. He needs to do that lap one more time, and he's going to be able to throw it in. You see the 23 sideways into the turn, and he loses a lot of time. Here comes the 6 of Morrissey. Looks low, back up top. The 23 defends the bottom a little bit on entry. The 6 dig in the center of the corner. Here he comes with the runoff. This is the move for the lead. He goes bottom, slide, job, city into turn 1. Oh, he can't complete it. Feeds him a right front or a right rear. Oh, and he gets turned. And the leaders are both wrecked. And the caution flag waves. That was not going to work. Well, looks like a pretty large amount of netcode there, but we'll go back and take a look at it and see. Look at the right rear of Morrissey's truck, just knocks the 23 loose with a. I don't really understand that. It's just a lot of netcode in the 23. He stays on the gas right here, and he's going to drive down into Morrissey's right rear. That slide job almost worked, but just didn't carry enough momentum, and they are both wrecked. And they're 12th and 14th now. Morrissey throws it in. He knows he's not going to make it, and he gives him the room. But there's just a lot of netcode there, and it gets them both wrecked, and that's going to be pretty heavy damage for Morrissey. See if he's going to be able to continue with that damage. Same goes for Brooks. His truck is looking a lot cleaner than Morrissey's, though, right now. And back up to the race leader. Possibly going 1 to green this time by. We'll have to see if the lights turn off on the pace car. And we'll get back underway live on FTN. If you're new here, hope you're having a good time right now. David Kreutz is live over on the other stream, but I would prefer you watch me. It's obviously way more entertaining right here in the River Page FTN booth. Pace car lights are off, and Ryan Potter now is going to lead him to green. You see points leader 50 at Garrett Sinor all the way back up to 4th after being wrecked early. Same for Jason Harris, but the pace car turns left onto pit road. Green flag back in the air. Potter gets away well in the 77 of Searle, slots into second behind him. Searle's going to dive it in a little bit lower than the 99 into the turn, and that's gonna really affect him off of the corner. They keep it straight behind him, but drivers searching in the back for positions here, and they're all in a group. Morrissey all the way back up into 8th already. Terry Brooks following suit, 8th and 10th respectively for those guys. You see the 6 here right in the middle of the pack. Look at Brooks down low. The 6 trying to make the top work. Ty Smith tubs around him. Oh, Ty Smith comes down. There's contact, huge contact. Ty Smith gets into the wall. Is he going to keep it straight? He does keep it straight. Oh, there goes Terry Brooks. Way down the track, but he keeps it straight now. He's going to get back up on the top side and follow the 6 of Morrissey all the way up 5 spots since the restart. We'll see if he can make up some more spots here as he closes in on this group in front of him. They get single file now, and Ryan Potter extends the lead over Hunter Searles. 22 laps into the main event. Searles trying to dig the top and catch him, but loses a lot of time, 2 or 3 tenths at least, that he lost there. And we look back further in the pack, Morrissey racing with the 23 of Brooks. Brooks trying to work that bottom side rather than the middle lane here. 3 and 4. You can't really use it in 1 and 2, but 3 and 4, it definitely works there as he gets right to the door of the 6. The 5 of Leedy gives it up, and the 6 absolutely flies around him on the top side. You see Ty Smith essentially just wall riding the Ross Chastain line right there through 1 and 2. But he gets a bunch of damage and pops off the wall in 3 and 4. The 23 of Brooks hunting for the 6. Now they go 6th and 7th to turn 1, looking for this group in front of him. Sidnor Harris and Poteet having a heck of a battle for 3rd. Sidnor has it right now. Jason Harris and Dylan Poteet side by side. Harris working that bottom side. And you see the 6 of Morrissey ping-ponging off the wall, and he's making up a lot of time there. It was a 19.748 to race leader Ryan Potter's 20.00, or 20.08 I should say. So the 6 3 tenths faster than the leader that time by, gives the bumper to the 31 of Poteet. Now he throws it in, trying to clear him. Poteet hits the brakes, double crossed by Poteet. But the 88 of Harris gets loose, closes the door on Poteet, and the 6 is going to get them both on the top here through 1 and 2. He is going to get them both wrapping the top side. Back through 3 and 4, looking for 3rd on the 50. Look at him get up on his outside there. Now he's going to hit the crossover off of 4. Gets loose down on the bottom. It doesn't work. He's going to ride the bottom now. Here comes the slide job. Can it work this time? He's not going to get clear of the 50. He's going to have to try again here. Back down into 3 and 4. 28 laps complete this time by with Ryan Potter crossing the stripe. And he's going to have to hope that the 50 holds off the 6 for a lot longer. Now the 6 looks low again. This time he's going to be able to get him, not quite. He's got to throw it in a little bit harder than that. And looks like he's going to get to his inside. Here comes the slide jump for the spot. Dives it into the corner. The 50 of Sidnor, no competition on that move. Tries to get down low. They're going to be side by side back down into 1. Sidnor's going to get down low and throw the slider in on him. Sidnor's going to try and work that middle lane instead of throwing the slide job. And that might be a mistake because it's going to end up giving the 6th the spot. Ryan Potter makes a mistake from the lead, and now we've got a race. And look at the 6 of Morrissey flying up. Jason Harris doing the same in tow with the 6, the 99. Trying to run away, but it's not working right now. The 6 making up a lot of time. He was a second faster than the race leader last time by with the mistake that he made. On board with Morrissey. Here comes the slider for 2nd. He's going to get that spot. And off a turn 4, Morrissey has his sights set on the race leader. Back down into 1 and 2, halfway through the main event at Eldora. Ryan Potter getting up into the wall off of the corner. Look at that center corner speed for the 6 of Morrissey. Dig in the middle right there through 3 and 4. The middle of the corner on the top side. So much better than his competitors here. Back through 1 and 2, making up a lot of time. I think he'll be able to get him next lap. You see the lap truck down on the bottom. That's going to be the 36 machine of Scott Puckett. Gives it up to the leaders. Here comes the 6 of Morrissey. That time, him and Ryan Potter super even on the lap times, so the 6's luck might have run out there, but the 99 all over the outside wall. Loses a lot of time. Here comes Morrissey back into 3 and 4. They both get into the outside wall. Morrissey uses that center corner speed on the berm to run him down into turn 1. Goes bottom, slide job. This time he's going to commit to it, but he still gives the top lane just enough room to come back at him, and Potter hangs on to the lead for just that little more of time now. He gets down a little bit lower. The 6 digging off the corner. Big slide for the 99. Gets really loose. Loses momentum. Here comes the 6 of Morrissey to the bottom. Huge slider. And to the lead goes Morrissey, the 99. Down on the bottom. Here comes Potter trying to keep it off him in the slick. Side by side. Potter doesn't throw it in deep enough. And the 6 of Morrissey might be able to clear him here off of 4. He's going to do it. Kayla Morrissey back to the lead. And he is going to go and run away with it here. 36 laps complete. Morrissey right up in the outside wall. You see one driver sliding behind Hunter Searles. Almost lost it there, but he keeps it straight. Jason Harris trying out the Ross Chastain technique in the middle of the corner, not working out for him. He's going to hang on to third, and the field is all spread out now. Ryan Potter clobbers the outside wall off of 2. He's just pushing it too hard. I think he's going to have to settle for second now, because that 6 machine is absolutely gone already. A second gap, make it 1.5 seconds to Ryan Potter, and Caleb Morrissey is gone. Oh, and the caution flag waves. Unbelievable. Caleb Morrissey had it in the bag right there. 21 laps to go and the yellow flag's out. Not quite sure what it's for. Looks like the 6 has a lot of damage, but I'm not sure if it was him right here. Yellow flag is already waving, and we're gonna try and detect the issue here. I don't see anyone spun out on the track currently from the blimp view here on the replay. Oh, there they go. And it looks like it was Andrew Siegel. Oh no, that's one other driver. I'm not sure who that is. It might be Jason Harris. And it is Jason Harris. So he was all over the place into the outside wall here, but he goes down into turn 1 trying to run down the 99 for second. And for the 3rd time in the race, he just third time today, second time or first time in the main event, I guess, he just gets it too deep into the turn and loses the rear grip and goes around. Only lost 3 spots though. And as the drivers make their way back off of turn number 4, pace car crossing the stripe. I believe the lights are going to go off. There they are. 1 lap to green. It's going to be a 18-lap shootout, I believe. Looks like Cody Buster just blew up with no warning. So, just came up in the chat to say that. Yeah, it really seems strange. Didn't see any gauges flashing on the interior of his truck, but blew up, and he's still sitting on pit road 37 laps down. But the pace car is going to make the hard left turn onto pit road. And the green flag will drop again. The 6 with the good restart on the top clears the 99 easily down into turn 1. Green flag back in the air, and we're underway. 19 or 18 make it laps to go here from Eldora, and the 6 is already gone with the win and with the lead. Sliding down into turn number 1. Passing in the middle of the field, Andrew Baker, Dylan Wedgwood. Side by side, further back, Dylan Pody, Garrett Sidnor, Jason Harris continuing this battle. Ty Smith clobbering the wall on the top, trying to make it work. And he's going to rim ride all the way around the corner. 3 wide, further back with Siegel on the bottom. He gets the drive off away from the 43 and the 72 of Leedy and of Baker and Rush. And look at the 23. Terry Brooks. I'm not quite sure what happened to him. He dominated the first half of the race. Was in the back of the field, and he just quietly sat there, but he's 14 laps down. Something bad must have happened to the 23. He's out of the contention for the win now. And I apologize to everyone for missing that. But he is way out of the race now. Working on the bottom line, but not passing anyone for position. Back up to the race lead. It's the 6 of Caleb Morrissey. And while the field is strung out, better get this in quick. We'll go NASCAR nonstop here live on FTN with 14 laps to go at Eldora.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
This message is brought to you by the rebrand of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This publication may not be reposted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. NASCAR Camping World Ford F-150. NASCAR Xfinity Ford Mustang. NASCAR Cup Series Next-Gen Ford Mustang. Arca Menards. This has been the publication of the redesign and rebranding of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This message may not be reposted, republicated, or rebroadcasted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. Thank you, and thanks for your time.
Coming back to you live on FTN. 7 laps to go for Caleb Morrison. He's got 3.5 seconds to Dylan Podied in second. He got around Ryan Potter while we were under break, and he's trying to go. Oh, and the caution flag waves! And this just got interesting. And again, I'm not sure quite what it's for because I don't see anyone losing spots on the timing and scoring sheet. And we'll have to get a replay here. From the blimp cam. See, there's where the caution flag is already been waved. And it looks like one driver goes around on his own. And that may be Dylan Bodie. Looks like it is. There's the 26. Single car spin and they throw it. Gonna make for an interesting finish to say the least. Down and around on his own, backs into the wall, and the caution flag waves. And so this is going to be an interesting finish, possibly a green-white checkered if they don't get it 1 to green soon. And we'll have to see if they do get it 1 to green here, because a green-white checkered means these guys are going to absolutely be going as aggressive as they can. There's the 1 to green. Right now, and we'll see if the ticker will turn on. Right now, I believe we're on lap 57. It's going to be a 3-lap shootout. So, not a green-white checkered, but the closest to it. And it's going to be an exciting finish here, hoping that someone will have a challenge for the 6th of Morrissey. The 31 is going to need to absolutely throw it in there if he wants to get 2 in points leader. Garrett Sidner up in 3rd. Maybe if he can get a good start on the 6th, he can work the top and stay with him going into 1 and 2. Green flag back in the air. The 31 doesn't get a good jump, and Morrissey's gone with the lead. Oh, and there's a big wreck in the back. They kept it straight. Are you kidding me? They're 4 wide in the back of the field. I saw one guy head onto the wall. And they kept it straight here. 2 laps to go. Here comes Pody. Pody got a good exit out of the corner there. He's trying to get a little lower into the turn. He makes up a lot of time on the 6. Pody's got it figured out. Here they come back off of turn 2. Dylan Pody has that middle entry figured out. He throws it into 3 and 4. Gets up in the wall. White flag in the air. One more time around from Eldora. Can Pody send in the Hail Mary? He absolutely throws it into 1 and 2. Into the outside wall. Here comes Pody into 3 and 4. Can he chuck it in? He looks low, but he's not going to throw it in deep enough to wreck the 6. It's going to be Caleb Morrissey. Dominates the second half of the race. Morrissey wins Eldora. And no doubt about it, he was the man to beat. And no one could catch him there at the end. Pody, on that initial first lap of the restart, ran up to the back of the 6, but got in over his head on the last lap and lost all that time. And Caleb Morrissey gets it done for the first time this year from the Cup Series, part-time driving in the Truck Series, and he gets it done here at Eldora. Dylan Podied second, and Garrett Sidnor another solid performance to extend his points lead. Morrissey doing a nice little dirt burnout here. He's going to take it around for an Alan Kulwicki victory lap. See if he can throw it sideways going in reverse here. His truck ain't built for turning right. He's making it work. You see that left front's digging in. He's not making it work. It is absolutely not working. The left front's digging in on the ground. It's not set up for this, Caleb. Caleb Morrissey. What a job. There, he's gonna do a couple more victory donuts here. And we will go back around and watch this restart and talk to your race winner. If he's in a VC, that is, we can talk to him. But I don't see one Caleb Morrissey down here in the voice chat. So while we try and contact Caleb Morrissey, I talk to your second place finisher here, unless he joins into the interview booth. There he is. Caleb Morrissey, you're up in the broadcast booth. You started from the back of the field, where I guess you were the first driver not to qualify. You were second for the most of the run, and then you got involved in an incident racing for the lead. You got the lead and kind of just never turned back. What did you do differently? Because I mean, you're so much quicker for a couple of those laps there.
I think it just has to do with experience. When I first started doing iRacing, I ran so much of midgets at the Chili Bowl. I would probably just turn hundreds of laps before I ever even participated in an iRace official or anything like that. So I just used to do things like that. And then I have a dirt racing background when I was a kid and I raced quarter midgets. So this stuff just kind of comes naturally. I was kind of figuring that's probably how it was going to go, but those guys put up a tough fight. Potter, he put up a hell of a battle, and Poteet, honestly, I thought he had a real chance there the last two laps to possibly do something, because he was coming. So it wasn't easy, but it kind of went exactly how it was supposed to go and how they probably thought it was going to go. So happy to do it, though. Finally got a developmental win. I've been trying for a while. So good to finally put my name on the list, and then probably won't be back in this development series for a while.
Yeah, well, we saw basically everyone at one point, either backwards or in the wall. I mean, you obviously hit the wall, but coming from the center of the pack on the heat race, how did you keep it out of major trouble? Because I know we had guys blowing up and we had guys upside down. How did you keep out of trouble?
So me and Kendall, being the cherry pickers, quote unquote, from the Premier Series, it is a rule that we had to do an end of the line at both the heat race and the feature. So in the heat race, that first incident, that helped us because we were in the back, so we were able to kind of react and not really get into that. And then it happened again in the feature. We got all the way up to the front, and then, I guess netcode happened, and then he just kind of turned into me, and for some reason that just seems to happen with me in the Brooks from time to time in the Premier Series as well. So I don't think it was anything intentional on either part. So just racing there, and fortunately the car wasn't totaled, because it very well could have been, and we were able to move on and start from the back again and work our way back up again. And it's all thanks to that top lane, just really knowing how to roll it and kind of where to stick it sideways, the throttle control. You got to do some interesting things, but I was really confident in the strategy, even with a beat up truck, that we were going to get it done, and here we are.
Yeah, well, congratulations on the win. Anything else like to say?
Yeah, thanks to my teammates, the Scots, Dylan Turner, Bloom. Appreciate you guys, always support. Thanks to everybody that tuned in and watched tonight. Want to thank my friends for watching, family for watching. Appreciate all of them. Uh, you can do a great job in the booth, so I'm looking forward to hearing how the broadcast played out. And just want to say thanks to Toby, Kendall, all they do for the league, and thanks to Bossy most of all for putting on this development series. It's been fun the few races that I got to participate in, and I look forward to see some of these drivers grow. They got a decent amount of guys that I think have a lot of room to grow, and I think there's a lot of guys that have a lot of potential. So I hope to be seeing some of them in the Premier Series next season.
Yeah, well, thank you for your time and congratulations on the win. All right, so that was Caleb Morrissey, race winner. We're going to talk to Dylan Poteet next. Dylan Poteet, P2 on the night. You were right up in that top 10 for most of the night. You were luckily one of the drivers that didn't get involved in all the incidents. How did you avoid not getting flipped and or blowing your motor in the middle of the race?
Well, there was actually that lap one wreck. I was a part of that with Garrett and a few others, and we were just talking about that down there. And I was surprised we actually made our way up there and just kind of was it in the picture. I was having wheel problem before the race even started. Like my wheel was 180 degrees the wrong way, like upside down, stuck. So I had to restart my computer and everything. So I was trying to actually save my wheel for the race. I didn't really do very much in the heat, but we wrecked there too. But I mean, I'm as shocked as anybody about getting second. I was honestly surprised I was even in contention to even battle with Caleb there. And congrats to him. He drove a heck of a race, and he came from the back after that spin. And I mean, this is kind of like his wheelhouse. So we all knew coming in he was going to be the favorite, and he didn't disappoint. And at least I was somewhat close to try to make a run for it. Just I didn't think I had anything for him because I still had a lot of damage. But all in all, it was a fun race. Got to bring the Tide colors out with me and Dylan Body. We did like the colleague thing they did at Bristol, and did even the colleague numbers for a change for once. Just a one-off, and it was fun. Just I'm glad my wheel survived, and I'll take second. Just I told Garrett it stinks he finished third because we are trying to catch him in points, and all he did was finish one spot behind me. So that didn't help too much in my points battle. But all in all, it was a good race.
Yeah, well, congratulations on the second. Coming into the season finale at Auto Club, how do you feel about your chances there?
I'd like to go out there and try to get a win. I've had a couple of races I think slip away from us. I thought we were going to get the win at the beginning of the season, and it didn't work out that way. And I've been up there a couple of times, but honestly, was just glad to get a good finish today. We have been on a bad streak the last 3 races. I think I haven't even been in the top 10, so that kind of put me out of contention with Garrett. But I guess if something happens to him next week or he has a bad race, it opens the door up for me, I think Dylan Wedgwood and Tyler Rush to maybe have a chance at it. But we would have to have a lot to help ourselves. But honestly, I think next week it's just trying to go out there, try to win the race, and finish on a high note and get my first win in the Truck Series here at Highline. So that's kind of the mindset going into next week. Just kind of win and see what happens. That's all really I'm going for at this point.
All right, well, congratulations on second. Anything else I have to say?
Just shout out to Team Trap House, and thanks Dylan for the paints for this week, and thanks to you guys putting on broadcast once again. And it was a fun race, a little bit better than I expected. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. We kind of cleaned it up toward the end, and just thanks for everything you guys do for the series, and continue to do the broadcast. And yeah, it was fun. Can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right, so there's second place, Dylan Poteet, trying for the championship, but Garrett Sidnor just one spot behind him. Really didn't give him that much of leeway when it comes to getting points and gaining on your race leader. Heading into this race, Poteet was 22 points off of Sidnor. I think he's going to be around 20 behind him now, but Sidnor's pulling away with it, and we'll talk to the man of the hour here. Garrett Sidnor, P3 on the night. Just needed a solid finish, but I think there's anything you could have done differently to get up to Caleb there at the end?
No. That's a simple way to put it. Caleb was really good. He flew by us on the inside lane. He could pretty much put it wherever he wanted. But yeah, I mean, good win to him. We were really just trying to survive in this race, and both on lap 1 of the heat and the feature, we're not doing that. So, but yeah, we stuck around, kind of just hanging around the top 5 for most of the night, and got the outside lane on that final restart, and just wound up third. I mean, we had a silly race. Definitely was struggling. with our truck a little bit, but we made it. So
Yeah, well, heading into the season finale, you got something like a 20-point lead on the rest of the field. So, what's the mindset for Auto Club?
yeah, I think now that we're past the kind of, I don't want to say the beast of the schedule, but like the biggest wild card for me was Eldora, and getting through it with one of our best finishes of the season is incredible. And going to Auto Club now, we can just focus on not wrecking and don't make mistakes. Don't put ourselves in a scenario where somebody can finish second and gain like 20 points on us, like you said. But yeah, head Auto Club, ready to lock it down, possibly get a title.
Yeah, well, congratulations on third and eighth. Nothing to say.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the boys in the shop for bringing me a fast Speedco Loves Travel Stop Ford F-150 for this race. Like to thank Ray Tusta, John Peterson, Games 123, JPR, Forza Glory Art and Photography, and all my friends and family to support my sim racing endeavors.
All right, well, thank you for your time, and good luck.
Alrighty, thank you very much.
All right, so that's gonna wrap things up here at Eldora. That was definitely one of the more eventful races of the season. I mean, we've had good finishes all over the place. We had pit strategy at Chicagoland. We had a late race restart here at Eldora. We had a late race restart at Indianapolis Raceway Park. We had people running out of gas at Canada. We had a last lap wreck and photo finish for the win at Talladega. Been a solid season, just hasn't disappointed at all. So get the results up on the screen before we close out the show. Caleb Morrissey, first win on the season, second start of the year, I believe. So average finish of 1.5. That's probably a record right now. Dylan Pody comes home second. So a solid points finish for him. Garrett Sidnor in third. Still comfortably the points leader. Ty Smith in fourth. Jason Harris in fifth. Another great finish for him. Andrew Siegel comes home sixth. Ryan Potter dropped to seventh on that final restart. Dylan Wedgwood ends up in eighth. Hunter Searles in ninth. And Matthew Leedy rounds out the top 10. Down in 11th, it was Scott Puckett, followed by Tyler Rush, who needed a good finish and didn't really get it. Andrew Baker comes home 13. Dylan Buddy with a P14 finish there. Terry Brooks, hearing now, I believe he lost power, so he comes home 15th. Cody Bussard in 16th with a blown motor. Noah Joyce, Jacob Holm, Kendall Kerr, and Adam Boss either did not start or did not finish. And so that is going to wrap it up here for round number 7 at Eldora. It was a great race as per usual. Thank you all for stopping by and watching. We have one concurrent viewer now, so everyone left before I could do my finishing speech. So I'll just say we'll be back on Saturday, or be back on next Tuesday for the season finale. I'll be back on Saturday for the Full Send Super Speedway series. David is going to be live on Friday, I'm pretty sure. He posted a schedule out on Twitter, so if you head to the Fireball Talks NASCAR Twitter page, you can get all the updates on the channel. And yeah, that's going to do it. Thank you all for stopping by. We hope you have a good night, and we hope you come back for the next one. So yeah, good night to everyone.